Well, once again, I am in my car at the trailhead for Smarts Brooks. I always do that. Smarts Brook. So I did all the area trails earlier this summer in August. It was one of my first redlining trips. I think it was my second actually redline trip. And I was like, oh, Smarts Brook, this is going to make a great snowshoeing trail. So I felt obligated to do this trail now while it's still winter, but the truth is it hasn't snowed in weeks, and actually this is going to be the third day in a row where it's been in the 60s, so I don't anticipate too much snow, so there won't be any snowshoeing. I have my spikes if I need them, but from what I can see now, I probably won't encounter snow for a little bit. Until I reach a little bit of elevation. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I got a very early start. I'll talk more about that later. So yeah, let's head out. Keep looking off screen because I'm watching all the cars go by on the road. Well, there might not be much snow, but there's solid ice. I went like 2 feet and put on my spikes because I wasn't doing it otherwise. I also just did this bit, came back to do it again because I wasn't sure this was the right way, because it switched back further than I thought it did, than I remembered it doing. Alright, so even though I did this trail this summer, I don't recognize it at all. So that's straight ahead, and then this turns here. There's no signs or anything. Like, they tore down the paper signs that used to be on that plaque there. But according to the book, the guide, that's a cross-country ski trail, which makes sense because I got the blue diamonds. And then this is where I go, and I go for like 100 yards, and then it turns left again, and I keep heading north. So we're going to trust that that's where I should be going, and go this way, and then hopefully it turns left again in 100 yards, so that I know I'm on the right path. Yep, that was right, and here we are. This I definitely remember. So I'm going up this way, the logging road. Onward ho. The sun's starting to come up above the mountains. Oh wow, it's gonna be a beautiful day. I was a little confused when I first saw this big sign because I passed a little forest protection area sign about half a mile back. And I'm like, why is there another one and so much bigger? But I just noticed this. I can't really see it on camera because it's so small. It's a little sign. Because somewhere around here, oh, that's a no camping sign. I thought it was a trail sign. Maybe it's a little bit further up, because somewhere around here there's cascades and a pool and a couple of spur trails to them. So the water is running. I wasn't sure if the water would be running, but it is. All those 60-degree days melting the snow on the top of the mountain. So gotta keep my eyes peeled over the next quarter mile or so for these little spur paths. Another sign. These are probably people camping right here. I wish I could just set up a microphone here and record this for like 6 hours. No, 12 hours. And then use it as my sound machine at night. I could definitely sleep to this. That's Yellow Jacket Trail, which I did in the summer. Now we're going to continue past it. 0.8 miles to the Sandwich Wilderness. I guess we're not in the Sandwich Wilderness now. I don't know where we are, I guess. But we're heading toward something to Sandwich Mountain, which I may or may not do. It would be 12 miles and I am grossly out of shape, so I don't know if I have 12 miles in me, but we'll see. We'll see when we get closer. And this next 0.1 mile I've already done, because when I came out of Yellow Jacket Trail in summer, I couldn't find Tri-Town, so I went up this way for a little bit and then came back down, because it's lower. I already passed it, so I remember this clearly. Guide mentioned Beaver Pond, and I'm pretty sure that's the beer house right there. Let me see. Yeah. Wonder if the beers are home. Probably get out today as it warms up. It's starting to warm up. It was pretty cold earlier, but ooh, look at that sun. It's bright. Oh, my sunglasses. Forget snow blind. Well, I've definitely left the logging road now. It's become a proper trail. Probably happened when I crossed the bridge, but up to then it's been pretty wide. And now, I got stream crossing. I'm wearing my spikes, so yeah, gotta be careful. Trying to get across those rocks. We've made it to the Sandwich Range. Nice little trail through the woods. Beautiful day for it. I think I'm gonna have to start dropping layers here because there was sweat condensation on camera when I pulled it out. So need to start shedding a little bit because it's getting warmer. So I'm just skirting along the edge here of this slight hill. I mean, look, it's very, very slight, hardly a cliff, but we've got here a tributary that feeds Smarts Brook. I just crossed it, I guess probably about a quarter mile back. I'm going to tell you, I only got trekking poles for Christmas, so I hadn't used them before on any of my hikes until this year, since January. And water crossings with trekking poles, so much easier because you can use them to stabilize yourself as you hop from rock to rock. So I was worried about crossing because of my spikes on the rocks and slipping and not having the same grip I do. But because I had the poles, it's like no problem whatsoever. So I can't wait this summer. Well, I guess now, I'm using them now for the crossings because, especially down below, I didn't film it, but there was a section where, because all the snow's melting, basically, there was 30 million little streams crossing the trail, so I was pretty much jumping over stream after stream for a while there. So I've done a lot of water crossings already on this trail. But yeah, man, these trekking poles, though, I'm going to tell you, my arms are so tired. Let me turn it around. So, I started a new job about a week and a half ago, which was with a shipping company. So I'm basically doing hard physical manual labor. And I have the first early morning shift. So this morning, I've only been there, so the first, like half a week I was doing training videos, and now, so the past week I've been lifting heavy boxes for several hours every morning. Well, not every morning, 5 mornings a week, and that's including this morning. So my arms have just been like noodles. And at first, well, actually not even noodles, they just hurt. They just hurt so bad all the time. But then when I first started, my arms didn't hurt that bad, because this was a nice easy motion with the trekking poles. But now my arms are getting tired because they didn't have much in the tank to begin with, and now there's very little left. I might actually have to ditch them at some point, just because I can't. I don't think I have the strength to carry them the entire time, and definitely going down. Going up is fine, but I noticed in my forearms a couple times where I just went down like a little lip or something. They were, my forearms really hurt, because that's where I've been feeling the majority of the muscle strain from my work. So yeah, we'll see how much longer I can hold out with the trekking poles. Alright, well, a guide promised glimpses of Sachem Peak. I think that's what it is. You can't tell, the camera's well on me. There it is. So I think that's what we're looking at there, through the trees, some bare rock. Alright, I'm going to actually stop and have a snack, because I'm getting hungry, and I'm getting really tired. My body my energies has ended, and I think that's because I have a little carb in me, so I'm going to have a little snackety snack. I should be good to go again. Well, the guidebook said I'd be crossing the brook here, so I think this is it. It is still frozen over and underneath, so I can hear it, but I don't see it. Step carefully. Don't want to break through and find it. All right, nicely done. Ooh. Oh, that boulder was a house at first. Oh my gosh, I just saw a bug. I was playing outside with my niece and nephew yesterday, and I killed a mosquito. I was like, seriously? It's March. It's March. No mosquitoes. Not yet. Ooh, look at that sky. So blue. It's like the sentinel boulders. All pointy in a row. It's like I'm walking through a tunnel. Well, I still have like another 0.8 miles to go to the end of this trail. And another 0.8 miles to go to the summit if I do it. But, whoo, I just got hit with a warm breeze. I'll tell you what, it is. That sunshine, it is getting toasty. I'm about to strip down in my t-shirt because I'm hot. Very hot in this sun. Well, my battery just went from like 70% to 8%. So this is the last video I'm doing on this trail. I'm going to keep going, but I need to preserve what little battery I have left. My phone just started doing that the past couple of days, so I think there's something wrong with it. So I'll look into that at home, but I'm going to put it away, save it for when I need it. Well, I said that was going to be my last video. I turned off my phone and kept going. But just now, I pulled it out because I was like, I'm going to turn around. I don't feel comfortable not having my phone because I need to text my support to let them know where I am. So I turned my phone back on and I had 50% battery. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I am not going to go to the summit. Because of the heat lately, the crust has all melted and I keep breaking through. And it's been really slow, hard going. So I was going to turn around here, but now that I know that I have my phone still working, I think I'm going to keep going because I think I only have like a quarter mile left. So it's not far. Well, that's where I just came out of. And then here's a trail heading up the mountain there. So there's no signs or anything. I don't know if they just, in the snow, the meetup is just like a little bit off from where the trails normally meet up. Like maybe it's over there or something. But I'll be back here when I do this trail, so I'll look for it then. But in the meantime, I'm just going to have a snack and then I'm going to head down. That last quarter of a mile was rough. I kept breaking through the snow, and there were several times where it was pretty steep, so I'd be really trying to hoof it up and then break through, and my momentum would carry me forward, and I basically face plant in the snow. It happened several times, and then the last time I sunk, my leg actually went up to my mid-thigh, so I was all the way down, and so I fell forward, and then both my hands punched through, and I was nearly stuck. So after that, I basically slowed to a crawl. I was moving, I'd put like one foot forward and then slowly lift up the other. So I was basically creeping my way. But I did make it, and now I'm going to have a snack, and then I'm going to have to start crawling my way down. Well, it's taking me like 40 minutes to do half a mile because I'm going so slow. Because the snow keeps getting warmer and warmer. So sections that held my weight on the way up are now breaking through. And this whole top layer is now soft. So like if you hear me walk, I'm no longer crunching, I'm squishing. Yeah, see? No longer the crunch, 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 crunch. Oh, there we go. It's almost turning into slush here. So, but it's a beautiful day. I got nothing else planned, so I'm going to take my time, go slowly, because, if you fall forward when you're going up, you just eat snow. But if you fall forward going down, well, then you're falling down the face of a mountain. So, and that's when you break things like legs and necks. So, take my time, because I realized we had daylight savings last week, so sun doesn't even set till 7 o'clock. So I literally have, well, at this point it's almost 1 o'clock. So I have 6 hours to make it to the bottom, and at this rate, will definitely make it. And once I get further down too, I'll be able to walk faster. But yeah, here goes. Well, kids, we've learned a valuable lesson today. Always bring your snowshoes. I don't know how many hours I was into that when I realized, you know what? This would have been immensely easier with snowshoes. This whole slushy snow, not any different than powdery snow. Breaking through the crust, you know what would have fixed that? Snowshoes. Those past couple miles would have been just such a different experience if I had my snowshoes. And what kills me is I have my snowshoes. They're in the car. But I'm like, nah, I won't need those. No, always strap your snowshoes to your backpack if there's any sign of snow, because you don't know if you might need them. Because now I'm down out of that main mile, that top mile where I first experienced the breakthrough and the slushy snow, but now I'm into lower sections where it's now slushy. So parts that I had absolutely no problem on coming up are now giving me trouble. So it's going to be slow going down. But it's all right. I'll make it.